Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys two vanilla perfumes. One of these is it's probably my favorite perfume at the moment, of all time. It's probably one of the best vanillas that I have ever smelled in my life. And I know that that's a big statement coming from somebody that owns so many perfumes, but it's that good. It is so good. I fell in love with it. I started off with a tester, and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm going back and getting the full size because it was just that good. And then the other one is not so good. I had very high hopes for it, but it kind of turned out to be one of these perfumes that is a little bit overrated for me, in my opinion. I know that when I show this perfume, your jaw is probably going to drop to the floor, but we'll get to that. Also, I know that my forehead is really just coming out to play in this video, so it's pretty much like you guys are talking to my forehead and not really my face, because I feel like my face is all forehead. Alright, so I think I'm going to start off with the bad one, because I want to give you guys the bad news first, and then I'll give you the good news. I'm honestly afraid to put this perfume up right now because I feel like I'm gonna be ripped to shreds in the comments. Just know that just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not good. It's just not for me. Perfumes are subjective, so Anyway, so the perfume that I really do not like, trust me guys, I tried so hard to love it. I try to wear it throughout the day. I tried everything. I just not. This is the Kayali Vanilla 28. I know what you're thinking, how do you not like this perfume? I'm sure this is probably some of you guys' favorite perfumes ever. So many people literally rave about this perfume. I didn't actually know that Kayali was sold in stores at Sephora. I knew that Sephora had it online, and I was randomly there actually to get the other perfume, the really good one that I'm about to show, and I saw this on a little display and I was like, what? Because it was a perfume that I've been wanting for a while. You guys know, if you watch my videos, you know how I feel about ordering online. I just don't like ordering things online. I have just a impatience kind of thing with ordering things online. But when I saw it there, I was like, what? I really want to try it. I didn't test the tester. I don't even think there was one out, but I just picked it up because it was just a perfume that has always been on my perfume list, and I hear so many people talking highly of it, and so I bought it. Now let me just say, I'm in love with the bottle. Everything about this is so appealing to me. The name, the notes, everything just sounded so good, and so my expectations were up here, but once I smelled it, they fell to down, ooh, way down. Before I say anything about this perfume, we're gonna take a little look at the notes. So this has top notes of vanilla, orchid, and jasmine. Starting off pretty good. I love jasmine. Middle notes of brown sugar and tonka bean. Love the tonka bean. I'm not a huge fan of brown sugar. I don't like the smell of brown sugar. It reminds me of oatmeal. It's syrupy. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of brown sugar, but sometimes it could be done right in a fragrance where I don't really pick it up. And then it has base notes of amber, amberwood, musk, and patchouli. I'm fine with all of those apart from that patchouli, which you guys know I'm not a huge fan of, but sometimes I can get on with it depending on, how well it's blended with the other notes and all of that. I don't smell vanilla in here, at all. It's supposed to smell sweet like vanilla, but it doesn't to me. When I smell this, it smells okay, but to be honest, more than anything, I smell florals in this. It's vanilla floral, but mostly it's that floral scent that is just completely overpowering the vanilla for me, the sweetness. It has a heavy sweetness to it, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is just a floral scent. There's something about those florals though that just really interfere with it. I don't know if it's musk that I'm smelling, or maybe that patchouli in here is a little bit dirty to my nose. I'm just not a fan, and I actually gave this to my fiance and he confirmed exactly what I was feeling about this, because I was why don't I like this? I was getting mad at myself because so many people love this. And the reason why I don't love this is because I don't even want to spray it on my skin because it'll give me a headache. When I spray this reminds me of church, a cathedral. It reminds me of a hospital. There's kind of this medicine scent to it, and I don't think anybody has ever said that. So that's why I'm like, is my nose broken? For me, it's just an okay scent. It's nothing more than that. I don't want to offend anybody that absolutely is like obsessed with this. I could probably smell this on somebody and probably like love it. It's just on me and how it just develops on my skin. I just don't like it. I don't know. And when I had my fiance smell this, he said the same thing. He's like, it's nice, but it's like, wasn't wowing him. He said the same thing, that it kind of smells like a church. This reminds me of vape. Like, you know, when people vape, I don't vape. I don't like smoking or anything like that. I think it's absolutely just bleh. But you know, when people like vape and it's like those artificial sort of like scents coming from the vape, I don't know what it is, like nicotine mixed with some sort of artificial cancerous chemicals. And this smells like somebody vaping right next to you, and they have one of those like sweet smelling vapes. It smells like this. It's a little bit smoky to me, but it honestly, like, it kind of smells like you were like smoking a bunch of cigarettes. Your clothes are just like so heavily scented in that smoke, but then you try to like mask it by just like putting a vanilla body spray. That's what this smells like. I really just can't pinpoint exactly what it is that I don't like in this. I honestly think it's just the mixture of the brown sugar that I can heavily smell in this, and then also I feel like the patchouli in this is a little dirty for my liking. Like, it kind of smells like a really musky kind of like body odor, like just dirty patchouli. Like, you guys know what dirty patchouli smells like. It's just a very mature vanilla. This is a vanilla that I picture like your grandma to wear, which is not a bad thing. I know people always get so offended when I say like old lady smell, or like this smells like a grandma. I'm not trying to say like that in a bad way. I mean, I know how it can come off, but that's not supposed to like come off in a mean way. It's just, I'm 22 years old. I don't want to be smelling like I'm 80 years old. Not saying that 80-year-olds smell bad, but that's just not the smell that I'm trying to smell like. I feel so bad, but this will end up going back to Sephora, unfortunately. Had super high hopes, and I'm sure Kayali makes amazing fragrances. I haven't smelled any of their other fragrances. I think Kayali's owned by Huda Beauty, if I'm not mistaken. I love her makeup products. I love her brand in general, and I had super high hopes because I know how highly people talk of that fragrance, and I know that she's made a lot more, so I will be giving her other perfumes a try if I get my hands on them at any point. It's just that one, it was not what I think it was supposed to give me. It just wasn't it for me. Enough talk about that. Now we're gonna get into the star of the show. Honestly, one of the perfumes that I'm using like the most at the moment. I cannot put this perfume down ever since I bought it. Everybody around me thinks it smells amazing. As soon as I spray this, I get so many compliments. I'm gonna go even as far to say that this is like my favorite vanilla perfume specifically of all time. The way that the vanilla is done in this perfume is the way that I like vanilla. I know that some people want a more mature vanilla, and to those people I would say go for something like this. But if you like a sweeter vanilla, if you like a vanilla that smells kind of gourmand and a creamy vanilla, then you guys are probably gonna really like this scent. So this is Skylar Vanilla Sky. It's kind of described here as being rich, creamy, and warm, and that's exactly what it is. I love the way that this smells. The way that I kind of found out about this fragrance is Kathleen Light. I think she might have mentioned it in like her Instagram story, but I just saw her talk about it, and I love pretty much any perfume that she recommends. I feel like her and I have very similar perfume taste. This is amazing. It's like a very simple bottle. It almost looks like something that you can get for like 20 bucks. It was like 70 something, so definitely not cheap. It's definitely, you know, a higher end perfume. This is a 1.7 fluid ounce, and it's a eau de toilette, so it's a little bit softer. It's not going to give you like a projection or a sillage that, you know, a eau de parfum would give you, but I still think this has really good longevity in my opinion. I find that on my skin, vanilla scents tend to really stay on, and something I'm going to just like briefly mention about this perfume, although I don't love it, I found that this lasted forever. It would not come off my skin, and that was one of the problems with it because I didn't like the scent. The scent of this reminds me of just like happy times. This is literally the best vanilla I have ever smelled in my entire life. This smells like a cappuccino, and it actually has a cappuccino note in it, which we'll get into the notes in just a second. I know that a lot of people who love coffee love like bitter coffee. Personally, I'm a sweet coffee lover. Like, I like creamer with a splash of coffee. Like, I'm not really somebody that like drinks coffee for the sake of drinking coffee because it like wakes you up, gives you energy and all of that. To be honest, coffee, like, I'm already an anxious mess, and coffee just heightens that for me by like 2000%. I will literally be like jumping up and down like the Energizer Bunny in like not a good kind of energy way, but in like I'm so like shaky and lightheaded right now. Gives me so much anxiety. I don't know why I'm talking like why nobody cares. I'm trying to say that I'm more of like a sweet coffee lover. So this smells like a sweet creamy cappuccino that you're drinking on like this nice colder, maybe not cold, but like a colder fall day, and you just have like this warm cup of cappuccino in front of you, and it literally just tastes so sweet. It literally tastes like a dessert. It's not a coffee note like coffee is done in like black opium, where it's like it's still sweet, but it's like a little bit more of like a bitter coffee, I guess. It's a stronger note. It's a lot more prominent. This one is more cappuccino. You don't really get like a heavy coffee scent as much as you get like this dessert cappuccino vanilla creamy scent. The notes in this perfume are like literal perfection to me. So this has top notes of cappuccino, sweet orange, and bergamot. It has middle notes of vanilla, cinnamon, Spanish jasmine, and base notes of caramel, sandalwood, cedar, and amber. There's some like questionable notes in this, like cinnamon. I hate cinnamon. I despise cinnamon, and I don't smell any hint of cinnamon in this like whatsoever. I'm sure that's kind of playing a role into like just, I don't know, making it smell really good, but maybe it's giving it like that coziness, but it's very, very subtle if it's there. I don't even smell it. So if you don't like cinnamon, don't worry about that part in this. I'm going to read you guys what it says like in the back of the box, because I feel like that's like a really good description of this perfume. It says, comfort and bliss meet you with the soft and airy touch. Vanilla Sky brings warmth to your heart and soul. It has, the fragrance notes are like cappuccino, like I said, pure vanilla, and caramelized cedar. There's just like everything about this is sweet, like sweet. I feel like if you don't love sweet scent, I feel like this is not so like obnoxious, sugary sweet that you can't love this, because I feel like there's a freshness to it. I don't want to say fresh, but I guess like an airiness to it, really hard to explain, where it's not one of these sweet fragrances that like weigh you down because you just literally smell like straight up sugar. It's not like Aquilina by Pink Sugar, like not to that extent where it's like super punchy and pungent. This is just like a sweet, cozy, yummy kind of a scent that is very wearable, very easy to wear, very like everyday type of scent. I feel like I can literally wear this every single day and not get tired of it. And as far as like longevity for this, I think it's actually pretty good on my skin. It lasts like a good 6 hours, and I feel like if a fragrance lasts for 6 hours, like at least 6 hours on me, then I kind of consider that to be a good lasting power, especially for an eau de toilette. I feel like this kind of reminds me of like if you walked into like a Parisian cafe, like you stepped foot into a Parisian cafe, and just like this smell of it, it just kind of almost smells like this. This smells like a Starbucks or something, like a really cozy coffee shop, but it's not like heavy coffee. I don't want to make this sound like all you can smell is coffee in this, because it doesn't even have a coffee note. It has a cappuccino note. I can't stop spraying it in the air. Like when you first initially spray this, you almost get like this freshness. It's like a sweet freshness, and then it dries down to become so creamy and cozy, just yummy. It's absolutely delicious. If you love vanillas, whoops. If you love vanillas and you're looking for a really sweet, creamy vanilla that's not like overpowered by florals, this one, like I read in the notes, it has a couple florals. Actually, I think it only has one floral, which is that Spanish jasmine. And I feel like that kind of adds a little bit to this, but I wouldn't even come as close to say that this is like floral. It's not even floral sweet. It's like just sweet. It's absolutely amazing. If you're looking for a good vanilla scent and you like the type of vanilla that I'm mentioning, rather than this kind of vanilla, then I highly recommend this. But if you like a more mature, I guess this would kind of be considered sexy, although in my opinion, I really don't find this sexy at all, because to me, this smells very like vintage. It's giving me very, very vintage kind of vibes. Like it smells like stale vanilla to me, but this one smells so, so good. I highly recommend picking this up if you're looking for a really, really good vanilla. But that is it for me today. I know that this video is kind of short. I only included 2 fragrances, and that's honestly mostly because I've been mostly buying affordable fragrances, which please stay tuned to my channel and subscribe. Make sure that you're subscribed, because I have so many affordable perfume videos coming up, so many celebrity perfume videos coming up. I know you guys really like those. I literally have so many of those coming up, so definitely make sure to stay tuned and be subscribed if you're not already, and turn your post notification on so that you could actually be notified when I post next. But that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have either of these. I hope I didn't roast this fragrance too much, even though I feel like I did. But if this is like your favorite perfume in the world, I'm sorry. It's just, I mean, perfumes are subjective. So what I like, you may not, and vice versa. So let me know like what you like about it. Let me know if you've tried this one, if you like it, if you don't like it. Maybe you probably hate this perfume, I don't know. Leave me all of that in the comments. All of your feedback is very appreciated. I love to read your comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.